something, and I would now put it to pay in cotif nurse what bandage. That is where exactly I'm going. Because once you can say that is a bandage, once you can agree with me,
everybody will agree. Ibẹ̀yẹn anything except you pay. Except the original video, no,
even in that video,
distorted a little bit.
Even in that video, you can see that there's something on his waist. It's not, except you're just not looking well. Tabafeni be boxers ni kilomu boxers ko ko wu ni egbe. Ategun so pa síbẹ̀ ni bó ṣe lie down yẹn.
Atẹ́gùn lèmi náà tún gbọ́ àwọn boxers.
So atẹ́gùn ò lè so pa síbẹ̀.
Tẹ́gbẹ́ tí wọ́n bá kó sínú swimming pool.
Bandage ni.
Boxers yẹn gan tó life jacket lọ́tọ̀.
Aláti lọ farabalẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ video ẹ̀ dáadáa. If we want to point out ibi profuse bleeding was coming from, apart from the head, there is a patch on his waist. That we have to confirm it properly. And I'm not trying to push this narrative to people's head. I just want you to take your time, your own solo time, go and watch the video and watch it properly. Because they told us it was
this is the reason why I believe that message. That 3 seconds video, this is the reason why I believed it. Things like this that shows off that would be
everyday new narrative. What is swaying on? What is swaying on narrative every single day?
It's things that we missed, that we did not pay attention to. So it's not like a new narrative. We did not pay attention to it because of distractions. Okay? But when we now go back and start to look at all these things critically, you will see 1 or 2 things that you missed before. And that's me. I've seen this right from the beginning. And that's a part of when I started this account. It was one of the first. A lot of people missed it. And once we can see that, then you can't tell me that Mr. Aloba entered that house, saw his son being bandaged on the waist, saw a cap being worn on his head, like Alpha, a son that never wear caps before. So how could you now make a decision? Pay ibi ti ṣẹlẹ̀, ibi yẹn dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ wọlé. And that is why we have to take all these things critical.
And in addition, don't forget what they said. They said, Baba, he said to the boy, the poor boy, he said to his corpse on the floor, like, show me to buy a year.
We can't confirm that because it's third party. But we know for sure that Baba Mohbad said in his first video, boy, kò ṣe nǹkan fún mi, bóyá ló fún mi ní tó 200,000 rí. Those we can confirm because he actually said it.
He said that. He said that. Right?
Those are the things I want to tell you. Like, Mama Baba was really mad.
I'm so disappointed in that man. No, I'm so disappointed in that man.
Really mad with more and Kofar Balera Lojoin. But at the other hand, possibility was and I will still be saying it. I will not be shocked. CCTV camera labor jadi and Baba is there telling you the fact. So one, on killing a jadi. But one thing to certainly we said an unknowing person no matter drop me. So about get to know a lot of people are getting more frustrated every day, You understand kind of thing? Ajadi. Grudges you one in Baba said for that day, and kill on grudges in way. Ya won't call for Amy Babette, Moja Carpenter, Moshi Bubuala, New Year. Commobity me wa. Because if you can remember about the video first day, he said, could you me 200,000. The man never let go. Look, both. See Mohbad on pile it up. So he was able. Láti lè react lọ́jọ́ tán pè sílé pọ̀ mọ́ pè é that he cannot even think back pé ṣé ọmọ tí mo rí ní Saturday ló ti sáré kú ṣé bí yẹn ṣe sáré kú dé yẹn second of thing láṣẹ pé bóyá ó sick ẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí lẹ́ wá sí kò dún ní ìjẹta yẹn second of thing I'm telling you when you have hatred ó mọ̀ ṣe mo yìí ń bẹ̀ wọ̀n yẹn JFM pé ẹgbẹ́ hatred kò ní ọ̀rọ̀ JFM tí hatred bá wà nínú yà I'm telling you you are not gonna see brightly I'm telling you hatred yẹn sẹ̀ ó yìí wà nínú bàbá òun ló jẹ́ kán fi ara balẹ̀ gbogbo because even though wọ́n ní ọjọ́ tó a bá rí ibi níbí nǹkan ibi ìwé wo níbí nǹkan ọmọ ológun mi ọmọ tó ń fún mi lówó tó ń kó gbogbo nǹkan wálé fún mi síbẹ̀ mo mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ ọ̀lọ́ ti mú wa kù nínú ìyà ibi wo la fẹ́ rí ta fẹ́ kàn mọ́lẹ̀ tá à ní kàn mọ́lẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn you get it so nǹkan sẹ́mi fi pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan ni pé bọ́ tó bá yìí ń gbé bàbá sẹ̀ tó ń gbé Wùnmí tó ń gbé àdúrà tó ń gbé ìyá àdúrà òótọ́ á jáde kò sí ará àtà tó fẹ́ bá wọn sòótọ́ they all knew what kind of guy they all knew it nǹkan tí mi fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn.
nǹkan tó máa ń dùn èmi nǹkan tó máa ń dùn èmi jù tó máa ń dùn èmi jù nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí òun ni wípé most of àwọn èèyàn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọn understand the òótọ́ yìí nísìn òótọ́ yìí dẹ̀ ti wà ń ta tipẹ́tipẹ́ tó jẹ́ wípé ó yẹ kí everybody ti move on kí everybody ti get nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ but everybody no it is the truth o you can disbelieve it all you want.
no mo get nǹkan tó sọ.
history cannot bó ṣe lọ nìyẹn náà nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn náà.
òótọ́ tá à ń sọ àárín family náà ló wà you understand nǹkan tá à ń pinpoint ni pé ní ìsìn tí wọ́n ti indict bàbá kí ló mú bàbá láti make decision yẹn at that point in time and when we now look at the things that happen around that time that we know is that Baba went into that house and obviously after he was being told by who, maybe Holy Spirit, he decided to go upstairs where he meets his son and he still can't confirm his Mohbad CCTV was working. In as much you have you do have your private meeting with him in his private place where I think the CCTV should be. But he went upstairs, came downstairs, and they now pointed him to where his son was lying. And his son was lying down there. But you could see a difference from when you were there on Saturday and now we are there on Tuesday. You could see a difference in the sense that this boy was alive on Saturday, but now is laying down there on Tuesday. You could point to this bandage I'm talking about, even though we've not even seen it yet, that this guy was wrapped and what happened to that side. You could point that there was blood that you saw on the duvet. Okay? You could also point that when you were going up the stairs, did you touch the stairs? Did you see that it was broken? Because we saw it in the interview that the stairs was broken. And it was there on Saturday. So I think what Baba is doing right now, running to VDM, he should have gone back to Yomi. Because Yomi has already proven that there's a leeway to this justice you're looking for. They've claimed that there's a video that exists, which, Mohbad was pushed. But you've decided to go to VDM now and still narrate the same thing you told them in the inquest, which made the inquest conclude that you should be indicted. Because you've not gone to tell the guy a new thing. I buried him, but I want justice. But you're saying you want justice, knowing fully fact that your own son or second son was in the scene of murder. Your son was there. And you've not decided to find out how you could literally prove that, okay, can I see this video of this boy that was pushed? So, when we look at Baba's ways and things he has done, I think he has done himself. Baba Shiramoni. Even though some people might disagree with me, I'm not the one that has been indicted. But Baba Shiramoni, because he who is without sin, let him cast the first stone. But I think the son must have forgotten that the case of you burying this boy, and the government saying that they can't find anything in the autopsy due to you burying that boy, and you do not have your own autopsy to claim that this is what you found when you did your own personal one, then it's supposed that the government has the right to do with you what they can do with anyone that has obstructed justice. So needs to think critically. Ọ̀nà wo làwọn fẹ́ já sí? Whichever way he wants to swim, as I would say, is between the deep blue sea and the devil. Is either he choose the devil or he choose to learn how to swim. Either way is treacherous. It's not something that is just going to ride peacefully.
Did you?
Mohbad, yeah.
I remembered something during when Mohbad father had that interview with VDM. There was a moment Mohbad father told VDM that when he got to the police station, they told him that it was not the jurisdiction that thing happened, that he should go back to the jurisdiction. It said the truth to VDM, and then moved on to how he moved it to Ikorodu. I was expecting VDM. I can't tell him to, because I don't know if he has template of asking questions, and maybe he's just coming from his head, but I was expecting him to say, okay, why don't you go back? Where were you in a hurry? Why were you in a hurry? Why didn't you just go?
VDM cannot condemn Baba, in as much as we want him to have question laid down. Let me tell you something that I am still confused about. You know, when the inquest happened, Spending did not have the room to speak all his mind. Spending náà ló gbé wa débẹ̀. Ó ní àwọn pàdé èèyàn méjì nílé ẹ̀. Spending náà ló gbé wa débẹ̀. Ó ní there was a stopover at the bridge. Spending náà ló gbé wa débẹ̀. So Spending has been to VDM as well. And he has not continued this story that he was shut off or cut off from telling us. So we cannot blame VDM for what he's doing. VDM is just showing light. It's pointing light, reaching more people than me and you. Me and you have been faithful to this case, and I hope Mohbad will pay everybody in their own, coins. But VDM has brought himself back and has decided to interview these people. But all they're doing is they're expressing themselves to the larger community that VDM has. So if you're going to look at Spending, I don't blame him for not telling the truth or not continuing a story that was stopped in the inquest. Because if you look at him, he's not going to jail. I've not seen where they've sent someone to jail because he gave out a number. But someone can be sent to a jail for tampering with evidence. And even though as much as we try to say Baba Mohbad is not knowledge, is not educated, is not this, is not that, we know that within that period of time, he had the arsenal to make decisions. Whoever sent that money. He could have said, look, I am not burying this child. Laye laye mi nígbà. He could have said, let's take this boy to the private morgue. I have money till at least we want to do something on it. He could have gone to the police station and used a whole luxurious bus to transport all the police to that house. To say, wow, wọ́n ti pààyàn kan bì kan. Mi ì mẹ́ni tó pa. But for him to make a decision that Ijo Tabari Binibi Wole, ó ti contradict a lot of things. Because ikú Mohbad ò ń ṣe ibi to Baba Mohbad. Ògo ilé yín ló pa. Someone that is feeding you, even if it's just 200,000 naira, ló ṣì send. Òun náà ló máa send 1 million. Òun náà ló máa send 500 million. But I think, as the lady that spoke earlier said, there's a disconnect from a father and a son that made the father make such decisions without thinking about the consequences of his own action. Consequences action ni inquest ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá rán wọn létí pé bàbá ẹ̀yin gan mà ti fọ́kọ̀. And this now shows that we're in a critical place in this case. Is either Baba Mohbad go and make alliance to save himself, or to say, damn it, tó bá jẹ́ jèrè náà ni màá lọ, mo fẹ́ wá kó tó pa àwọn ọmọ mi. Because wo bá ṣe ń ọ̀nà tó máa gbé àbí ipasẹ̀ tó máa rìn. So now he's even more vulnerable.
Duke Baba, 1 minute. Nǹkan tó wà fi lè mú kí Baba go down, anything that makes Baba go down for that horrid burial. Every of all those guys, including Wunmi, will go down for one thing or the other.
Okay, how is that going to drop? Let's be critical here. Baba ti gbé another interview jáde pẹ̀lú VDM. How is that now going to happen?
Yeah,
please enlighten us.
Just imagine, like you said, like he also said, mo ti gbà pé mo kánjú lọ sí ọmọ mi. Ó yá, ikú wo ló pa ọmọ yẹn. Now, there will be this expansion online that why would you people bury? Why would you people want to enforce the law on him alone? What of the people that are embalmed? And then before you know it, one person picked out of 2 people, and every of all the conspiracy will be opened. Because the critical stage now is him being like a sacrificial lamb to unravel the whole thing. And if he doesn't know anything at the end of the day, posterity will judge him, because all the conspiracy will be opened, and they would just know that they just tricked him to go and bury the child, and people will understand. But for him or people around him to think they will shield him from going down for doing this, and then it means that you want to leave the other people.
They cannot trick anybody to go and bury anybody. When you love somebody, you go to the extreme. That is what love is all about. It's not about what they give to you or what they do to you, but you love them. It's like your kids. You love your children. You go to the extreme. So for someone to now come and tell you, someone you've raised for 26 years, and now tell you that don't worry, this, do that, and take over from that love you're meant to give that child, you yourself, you are compromised. Lè ro ẹjọ́ yẹn kó jàre ní court of law. Pé on force mi ni, on kàjò mi ni. You saw something. Ta lẹni tó ń faraya, ta lẹni tó ń kú síbẹ̀. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni pé kó má ti rí ọmọ yìí fún a year or 2 years or 3 years, àbó wà ní òkè òkun. Ọmọ tó rí níjọ́ Saturday, táwọn èèyàn kan wá sọ pé shock ló gbéyàn. Shock ń gbérù nǹkan bẹ́yẹn. Ọmọ tó rí níjọ́ Saturday, tó wá débẹ̀ níjọ́ Tuesday, tó wá làgbàlajà nílẹ̀ lẹ̀, tó wá ní wọ́n force yẹ kó lọ sí. Ẹni tó máa rojọ́ yẹn, lọ́ọ̀yà tó máa gba kéèsì yẹn gan, wàláì kì í ṣe SAN nìkan ló máa ní. Ó máa ní triple SAN kó tí lè wẹ̀ mọ́. Nínú autopsy táwọn ṣe is because of your own actions. Àbẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ̀ bí tọ́rọ̀ ń lọ ni. In fact, ibi tọ́rọ̀ ń lọ gan, Bàbá lè gbẹ́rù, ó lè gbé ẹrù everybody because it looks like conspiracy, like conspire. Ó wá kọ ẹni tí bàbá fẹ́ lòun conspire pẹ̀lú. Wọ́n ti indict bàbá, wọ́n ti. Now, you have to express how you came to that decision. Ìjọ tí ibi bá wọlé, tíjú bá ṣe. That's what led you to that. Because you don't treat something you love like that. And we're just deceiving ourselves. Tobacco come out follow just like that. What will make you decide that? Is it the love of your in-laws? Is it the love of the wife of your son? Is it the love of the child that your daughter-in-law gave birth to? Is it the love of your your relationship with the in-law? In as much that we don't want to always talk about it because I want Europe, government, but government is going to go. For you to now make those decisions and then come out boldly, where your wife was shouting Sam Larry but you were both in that house. So, ìgbà tó ti establish yẹn, then inú ilé náà ni gbogbo solution ti máa jáde. You don't come and say, oh, I was confused or misled. And it shows that there's lack of integrity in this case. So now imagine, ìwọ tó o fẹ́ múlẹ̀, wọ́n ní kó ṣe bí olè. Ìwọ náà wá ṣe bí olè. But olè tiẹ̀ gan ju ẹni tó jí nǹkan lọ. Olè tiẹ̀ ó ju ẹni tó jí nǹkan lọ. Ó wá fẹ́ kó forgive ẹ. So, aláti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa trace ibi tí máa yín ti ṣe mistake. Kí ni àwọn ẹsẹ̀ tó gbé? After all, they're going to say he's the father of the house. Òun ló lórí ẹbí. So, decisions to make, whether wọ́n control ẹ ní o, whether wọ́n force ẹ ní o, whether wọ́n help ẹ ní o, is still liable for those decisions. But nǹkan táwa ò lè come to agreement is, kí ló dé tó make decision yẹn? Ó ṣe jẹ́ nínú gbogbo decision tó lè make, ó ṣe jẹ́ ìyẹn ló make. Àwọn èèyàn ní ṣé kó lọ jẹ ọmọ ẹ ní ọgbà ní police station, ọgbà ní kíní, ọgbà ní morgue, ọgbà ní. Ta ló ń gbé ọmọ ẹ lọ kó lọ máa wò pé ọmọ wa máa dá gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ìlú ọmọ mi kú? Who is that person to do that? So, in as much as I fẹ́ pity bàbá gan láti máa tà jẹ́ because outcome tó jáde nísìn ó ti show pé bàbá kò mọ̀. So, lọ́yà tó máa help wá láti wẹ̀ mọ́ nísìn, bàbá láti ṣàlàyé fún reason tó ṣe make àwọn decisions tó make yẹn, because lórí nǹkan tó yàn bá fẹ́ràn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́, wàláhì ò lè máa wò nínú mọ́ọ̀gì tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó tiẹ̀ mọ station level bí tó wà. Aláti sọ̀rọ̀ bí tó rọ̀ wà. We have to, except we just be deceiving ourselves. You know? But everybody's wá dákẹ́ báyìí. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gan? So no, not to.
I'm
Not to claim mo fẹ́ bọ̀ anybody. But ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣèyàn káyéfì gan. kàyéfì ńlá dẹ̀ ni tó o nífẹ̀ẹ́ o kò lè ní pé wàá kọ̀ lọ déédéé lọ gbé sí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn gan ká má sọ pé èèyàn odidi èèyàn tó fún ẹ ní at least ó fún ẹ 200,000 àwọn ọmọ mi ò tiẹ̀ ro ti àwọn parent wọn náà àwọn ọmọ mi ò tiẹ̀ ro àwọn ẹbí tó bí wọn tó tiẹ̀ ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ rárá ẹ wá rí ọmọ tó ń ràn yín lọ́wọ́ tó gbé ìdílé yín tó gbé síta tó gbé orúkọ yín tó fún lárugẹ ẹ wá délé ẹ àwọn ló kú nǹkan tó wá kù sí yín ni pé ibi ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ibi yẹn dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ wọlẹ̀ ibi yẹn ò ti wá wọlẹ̀ lásán wọ́n rẹ́ ibi tí wọ́n sin mí ìrídùn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ rí wàhálà ìbẹ́ pé Mohbad gan fúnra ẹ̀ máa jìde ó máa jíǹde á wá rìn jáde síta wọ́n rẹ́ until today o tiẹ̀ lè pé ń lò ẹ́ Darusha o ò lè bá ọmọ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ àdúrà wàhálà o ò tiẹ̀ lè pé blessing pé wá kíní tó jù síbẹ̀ yẹn gan kí ni ìdí ẹ̀ gan ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ Yorùbá. And then when we look at how he has come to defend the indefensible, like when he came out to defend Zomano, when he came out to say that Blessing video is an AI, it shows you that he himself is not being truthful to himself. Even though I feel pity one, he is not allowing himself to be pitied. Ọ̀nà tó dẹ̀ ń tọ̀ lọ kì í ṣe ọ̀nà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn gan-an bó ṣe ń lọ yìí wà láìtàláì gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ò rẹ́dí láti fún wa justice bóyá ẹ mọ̀ gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ò rẹ́dí láti fún wa justice because of àwọn nǹkan tó tà mọ́ nǹkan tá à ń jà lórí. ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ò ń ṣe ogun pé Mohbad kú lásán náà. A mọ̀ pé ó bá cultism dé a mọ̀ pé ó bá àwọn drugs dé ta ló wá fẹ́ tó àṣírí ẹ̀ tí bàbá Mohbad bá go down wàhálà kò lè tó àṣírí kankan because kò sáàṣírí kankan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kò sí àṣírí kankan àwọn tó láṣírí lọ́wọ́ and that's why they can still manage it.
kò sí àṣírí lọ́wọ́ bàbá kí lè rí jẹ́ sí rẹ̀.
madam tí àṣírí bá wà lọ́dọ̀ madam lọ́wọ́ bàbá bí wọ́n ṣe ń wo ìpàkọ́ Sanṣítù tó ń confam nǹkan tí George sọ wàláì bàbá máa jáde ó máa gba máìkì ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa sọ àṣírí yẹn ni. He is not ready yet.
Mr. Aloba n wọ ẹ̀gẹ́ sí nǹkan tẹ̀sán ìbálẹ̀ sọ wípé wọ́n ṣe wà kí despite the fact like people àbúrò wọn came out to book his life like it was Blessing that told this man, Daddy mi, mo ti kú, Ekasara. Up till today, as at Friday, was it Friday that he was interviewed by BDM or Saturday? This man was to declare. Because I remember BDM asking like, Baba, who tell you? Because what was very confusing for BDM. What is something? Our Darusha said he should be going back. BDM said no, calm down. Who first tell you say Mohbad die? He said nobody. They just they call Mama Mohbad. And at Darusha they call Mama Mohbad. You know, I was expecting him quite alright. Like in that scenario, but my baby. So like what come out from VDM, no vessel, but the market for him be and want to support me. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. Blessing has actually told me bye, no she share. Nǹkan tó dẹ̀ direct mi lọ sókè ni and me ìdẹ̀mọ̀ bóyá àwọn èèyàn pay attention ẹ̀dẹ́nu ilé ẹ̀mọ́ ìtàn náà wọ́n ti kú unlock gate later people were outside they were not in the compound though I don't know bóyá àwọn èèyàn pay attention wọ́n gbogbo side ibẹ̀ pé unlock gate àwọn èèyàn wà níta it was him Darusha Wunmi the lawyer and Slatan and some other people ló wà nínú compound tó introduce lawyer sóhun pé tí lawyer fún ẹ dìde tó ló wá introduce sóhun. I don't know, maybe bóyá when you pay attention to that. Ẹ wá ń sọ fún mi pé bàbá ò ní evidence lọ́wọ́, bàbá ò mọ̀ kankan. Mr. Aduga, I don't believe that.
ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ
Ẹni tó
báyìí
lè dìbò keep
Madam
with that
Gods,
level yẹn, I understand.
ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ báyìí. Ẹ imagine pé DPP ó indict bàbá lọ́la, okay? Kí lẹ feel pé or DPP? That's the question.
Wọ́n mú ṣe sọ fún yín pé tí bàbá bá fẹ́ yọ rẹ̀, tó bá fẹ́ yọ rẹ̀, á fi 3-second video yẹn lẹ̀ kó ẹ̀ kàn go over it. Ó ṣe fi pé bàbá fẹ́ fi àdúrà lẹ̀. And did you guys forget ní ọ̀dọ̀ bọ̀bọ̀ kí oore ṣe Ghana yẹn? He told him, mo sọ pé ìdí ọmọ ní ò lè bàjẹ́ ká fi kíní ilẹ̀kẹ̀ sí. Ó ní bó ṣe máa sọ pé at least pé kò lè bàjẹ́ títí kí ọmọ mi sẹ́nu ọkùnrin kó pàjẹ́. So ẹ wá fi pé bàbá máa sọ, I'm telling you, bàbá can never kò lè wọ́n náà máa gbé dẹ́wọ̀n lẹ́yìn tó bá máa sọ̀rọ̀ ló máa sọ̀rọ̀. Fáàtì ni mo gé fún níbẹ̀. Him crying nǹkan tó fi mú everybody wá ni, I'm not gonna lie to you. And he's a man to do pé he doesn't let go.
Madam, tí ìsọ̀kan bàbá lè fi yọra wọn lọ́wọ́ DPP o. Because èmi sọ fún yín pé bàbá ò ní evidence.
Wọ́n sọ fún pé bàbá lè yọ rẹ̀ ní in the sense that tó bá fi 3 seconds tán náà rí tán àdúrà wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Kí ló ń take bàbá? Àbí ìtọ́ni zomo tí bàbá comment ló sọ òun gangan. Bàbá ò ṣe fi ẹ̀wọ̀n yẹn lè kó jẹ́ kó go.
I think you don't understand Baba. Baba has already said Zomo is not possible to do it. Zomo was even a year out of that house before anything happened. Baba has come to lay his claim. Bobo Kini ni DPP might take into account. When I say Baba has no evidence, you need to give me one evidence that he can use to say, Ejo, Eyomi kúrò nínú case. This is this.
Oh no, most of it, Baba prefer to go down for everything. He's not going to say a damn. He prefer to go down for everything. I mean, fake influence once again, mas patite ni power be fún Baba ò lè fi anything lẹ̀. In as much Obama affect sí ọmọ ẹ̀. Àdúrà tó kù. Kò ṣe yẹn possible. No, Mr. Duke, ṣe yẹn possible. You no go leave am, you no care.
So Baba máa lọ sẹ́wọ̀n fún everybody nìyẹn o.
Tẹ́lẹ̀ Baba bó ṣe Baba tẹ̀mí rí kò kí ẹ̀. Kò kí ẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ lórí owó là ń sọ náà.
No, if you say Baba is going to go down, so Baba will go down for Wunmi as well.
Ẹ máa tanra yín bí ẹ kò wá ní padà wá ná owó wọn níta. Ẹ máa tanra yín ẹni tó lè wò títí kan sìmẹ́ǹtì ṣé ẹwọ kan pè tí kíní gbòòsà. Àwọn èèyàn ti kú lójú mi ní dáadáa. Àwọn èèyàn ti kú lójú mi dáadáa. Wọn kì í rẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ good that same day.
Ìlú òyìnbó tó bá gbéyàn sílẹ̀ ọ̀hún rẹ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀.
Tó bá lówó báyìí ọmọ kan ní ká máa lọ ní ọmọ àti ilẹ̀ mi.
Good morning all. Good morning. Please, me, Mobuya only can contribute one or two things. Maybe I'm not hearing right. So, because initially, when I think you're referring to Baba as the Baba of Mohbad, right? If I'm right. Now,
Yes.
if you look at if you've been following from the beginning, and if you follow it with an open mind, you will understand, because I was keen with the whole issue. Now, Sherry, because if you look at the interview, he said that Adura knows what's up, that it should be pressed. He is not saying that, he's not shielding Adura to what may have Ado. He's not shielding him. He is saying it should be pressed, that Adura should be pressed by the police, by the authority, that he knows about it. And now, for the issue of why they rush to bury, why did they cement? Now, for people that that did not follow that thing, when it got to that place, you get Tory Bobo situation, they already embalmed in and all that. When they requested for when they got to what's it called, the ambulance, but on the police they didn't give them police report. They were advised. He already signed. They already wrote the report. He told them to write on his behalf because it was shaking. They already write. He already signed. before somebody received the call and they said they should not release the police report, he said it with his mouth that I washed. Okay, let them take the corpse to the morgue. When they got to the morgue, they didn't release it. They said because there's no doctor's report, they cannot take the guy in. At that point, he said he handed it over to Darusha because he was overwhelmed at that point. And they were like, okay, they should go bury him. Then he went. You get? Now, according to what he said, at what's it called? At the morgue, take him and go and rush and bury him because he was like, you can't leave him. The morgue is not accepting him to put him there. Just let them just go bury him and just let go. Because so many things has happened in that house that he was dumbfounded. They told him that when he got there, because I was coming in to Mohbad's mom that while they were on the ferry, and it was as if they were just concealing information to you. And when they got to that bus stop very close to Mohbad's house, they called that he's feeling better, that he should go back. People were like, with all these things, and you got to this point and I say it's okay, you should go back. It doesn't make sense. I'm not too sure, but I think at that time, the Prime Boy.
Ogetek, did you see the publication of Mohbad Pine on 11th?
Oh, that Mohbad Pine. Did I see the publication?
Yes.
From who? Exactly, please.
Oh, definitely you didn't see it. So, because you're asking me from who, that's what I'm just concluding. Okay. There was a publication from Baba's team that said his son, that his son was pied, and he pied on Monday. So when you start to talk about all this trip from the boat, Mama Mohbad calling him, everything, that happened on Tuesday. And then if we have something that supersedes Tuesday, which is say Monday, it shows that all that conversation we're talking about is a lie.
No, that they came on Tuesday. Let me get it. That he pied on a Monday, right? Monday night.
There is a publication on that. Baba Funmi ló fi sínú Punch pé Monday ni Mohbad kú on the 11th. So ẹ wá ní kò ní evidence lọ́wọ́.
Ẹ jẹ́ sọ ẹni máa gbọ́, ẹ jẹ́ wá ṣá ẹ̀sìn kankan, ẹ jẹ́ ẹ̀sìn kankan. Now, you know that process, I can tell you that process of embalming is not a 1 hour, it's not a 2 hour thing. If you know, you get. When it got there, ṣe get it got one so. Ṣé mọ̀ pé wọ́n ti gbé. Have you listened to the driver's interview with VDM? Did you listen to the driver's interview with VDM?
Yeah, I did.
Do you agree with? Do you think he has a 70% truth?
You mean the driver?
Yeah.
I think the driver is actually 90% truth.
Thank you. Now, did you listen to this guy's interview, Prime Boy, with video?
Oh, yes, I did.
Do you believe he's 70% truth?
I think Prime Boy's interview, you know what problem I have with Prime Boy is that he has not managed to tell us what caused the fight between the wife and the husband.
Okay.
He has obviously tried to take himself out, but I think he has left some crucial details, because even if you look at his first interview, he said it was a family matter. He kept on saying it before he went to when they put wanted. He said it was family matter. And since that time, he has not come to expatiate on what he meant that it was family matter.
Okay. Now, you know that if you listen to a series of his interview, he said, and I quote, you understand my point, that there was one of his interview that said like they were fight, as in there was an argument in the car between Mohbad and the wife, and there were insinuations. You get, and Mohbad told him that make him no put mouth for the matter. And one thing is people react to highness in different forms. Some people are agitated. Some people, and we know that many musicians take substance, and when they take substance, that's why they are on cloud nine and they want to go into the studio because they are hyper and they just want to do stuffs. So at that point, I think that at that point, because what got him agitated was the fact that the area boys held them down. They couldn't move. You get, he wants to get out of that place. And you know the way these things work in their system. They just want to, do you understand what I'm be on the move or do get engaging. And there were banters and it started with a banter, according to in the car. And they were like, because you know they normally have series of issues. And at that point, I think Mohbad also that's why as men, I tell people the most time that we're vulnerable is when we're angry. When you're angry, just if God can help you to watch what you see, it will help you.
Okay,
Yes.
you know why I asked you about Prime Boy knowing what happened? You know the fight that we're talking about did not just start in the show.
Yeah, definitely.
According to Prime Boy, the fight started on their way to the show. Okay? Whatever might have brought that fight, my opinion, I think it includes Prime Boy.
No, wait. You know they have discussed it. What brought the fight was there was a musician they were talking about, and they were saying that every one of them are the same team. You get. So Moon told, because they discussed, they said it. Moon now said, Shay Yusef, Shay, I trust you with the boy with the army. And they started from there.
No. I think Bar wants to talk. Okay, yeah, go on. You can talk. You can join the conversation.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
For me, honestly, like, there's nothing anybody has said this evening that we have not heard before. We've heard it over and over and over again for almost 2 years. And if you ask me, we're beginning to sound like a scratch record. We are repeating ourselves over and over and over again. Now, can't we tell ourselves some bitter truths instead of narrating, the stories, the same stories all over and over again? For me, there are some people that know exactly what happened.
Yes.
For as long as we do not find a way of making those people that know exactly what happened talk, then we're just wasting our time. And that's why we keep on blaming the government. Now we're blaming the magistrates. But what we're doing to ourselves is that the truth of the matter is that what happened, some people know what happened.
And they change the narrative.
So the changing of the narrative, covering up, taking of oath, doing this, doing that, is just beating around the bush. There are some people in that house that know exactly what happened. And it's those
Can
people.
I ask you? Can you ask you a question? Because now we've been here for almost 2 years. Can you pinpoint the people that you're talking about? There's no point hiding words under our tongue.
It's
Yeah, no, I'm
people that
not.
are
I'm
present
not.
in the
I'm
house.
not. At the same time, I need to be careful. At the same time, I need to be careful because I don't want to point accusing fingers at specific people.
Statement. At the end of the day, we have to point at accusing
So
fingers.
listen to me, please. Listen to me. There were some people that followed Mohbad to the show in Ikorodu. We all know all those people that followed them to Ikorodu. There are some people that followed Mohbad back to his house. There are some people that were in that house and in his compound up until the time that they took him out of that compound to the hospital. And that is something that the whole world knows. Now, asking people that were not in that compound or that did not follow him to the Ikorodu show and followed him back and took him to the hospital and took him back from the hospital, and we're not asking those people to tell the truth, then we're not ready to get justice.
Yeah, we're deceiving ourselves.
We're not ready to get justice. We're just beating around the bush, bringing this theory, that theory, bandage, this, that. There are some people.
Sorry, I know you're saying this. How do you get these people you're talking about? How do we get them to talk? I know you've got something that you want to share with us.
I don't have anything. I don't have anything.
Okay, all right. So madam, calm down, please. When you say that we're all just beating around the bush, there's nothing that we said that is new. The reason why you're here is because you're still concerned, and we're all looking for a solution. So it's not about beating around the bush. We could repeat what has been said into 2023. It's to joggle our memory. All right? There are some things that they've done that we're not aware of. And we cannot say that because we want justice, we're not going to talk about it, we're just going to keep quiet. We need to continue to talk about it. Because what you don't understand about talking about this thing is some people have not had peace. Just for you staying here tonight to talk about it. Some are not in peace. In fact, they are in pieces.
Yeah.
So you have to understand what our conversation is doing to this justice. It's not just for the fact that we're talking. Paparano that comes almost every single day. Are you going to tell me he's just brambling or doing things? He has created a platform so that you can come and express yourself on how you feel about the ongoings and how it is going. In as much that you can't go to do that house and pinpoint all those 15 and force them to speak, we still have to use our own knowledge to decipher what exactly happened and where it went wrong. Even though they don't want us to talk about it. That's what you don't know.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear you. You know, in the beginning of this year, there was a statement that they keep going out, no grief for anybody. The police came out to say, don't use that statement. Don't do this. And what we, as significantly not taken into account, is that when Mohbad was exhumed, Lagos State was in array.
Yes.
There was a problem of containing people's thoughts, ideology, ways, what you think happened to Mohbad. It did not work, and people still came out that why would a citizen be done like this? He's a citizen of Nigeria, regardless. And they did him like that. And that is one of the reasons why we all came out to speak out. And the government realized that they cannot keep this under wrap. They need to exhume that boy. Exhuming that boy has now exposed everybody. After the exhuming, that's when we saw a video, or me, I saw a video of the wife throwing something to protect her husband. After they exhumed him, that's when I saw the sister throwing something. I don't know what I can say to that one, but the sister was throwing something into the grave. After they exhumed him, we saw that there was blood.
The Duke, sorry to cut you in, but you are speaking to me like I've been following it. I'm not a novice. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that we should
I'm not getting you wrong.
Don't say that. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not. It's the point you made that we keep on talking about this thing. And we keep on
I'm not saying that we should not talk about it. I'm not saying we should not. I'm not saying that we should not talk about it.
Okay. Can I
but I'm saying that the way we should go about it and what we should focus on is the people that actually know what happened in that house. There's some people that know what happened in that house.
So
I'm not a policewoman. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a concerned citizen, just like you. You understand? But what I feel is that at this stage that we are at now, which I feel that we are getting very, very close to, but I think our focus should be on those people that were actually present and around Mohbad 48 hours before he passed on. Because those are the people that know exactly what happened.
So if I may
if we don't get to those people, we will just be speculating and bringing out narratives of what we feel and what our own perspectives. But the actual people that can give us the facts are the people that were there.
So, do you guys know that? There was this information that there were some videos that was recorded while they were fighting on what happened in the house. I don't know if you heard about that information.
Yes, I'm very much aware.
And Yomi has evidences, and I want to believe that Yomi and VDM are working behind the scene together. Personal opinion, honestly.
Okay.
And I think they are playing smart and holding their cards to their chest. And if you look at the way things played out recently, you'll discover that BDM played a card and it worked somehow, which is it pulled back. You see all this video that I released recently, yes, there is a lot of revelations in those videos. But I'm telling you that those videos I released, all those videos you released recently, is just about 20% of each of those videos. I'm telling you. I was on Yomi's live today throughout. I had stops. You get my point? And I don't know if anybody on this platform watched Yomi's video, with respect to what Adra sent to him, how he took it up with the Lagos State government, how they blocked everything, I reached out to the IG, everything, how he was being threatened, how everything, I just want to do. I don't know if you were on that live?
Yeah, I was in and out. Yeah.
Okay. If you listen, you will know that there is information. You know that he said, and I quote, that the videos, the people, the anti-government has the videos, and that is why they rush up with the case now that they are the coroner and all those stuffs. And like Duke said, there are a lot of forces that are not happy that these discussions are going on different platforms and it's going on online. You know why? You know, there is power in unity, there is power in one voice. And because the fact that you know that these things has been happening, but for the fact that he's, say, a celebrity and somebody that is closer to people, that's why it got open and like this. And you know, if the masses are able to win on this, they will win more on too many things. That's what I have to say.
Okay, I agree.
You're
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's not as if I'm not. I'm just trying to emphasize the fact that we should not um, lose focus. I'm not saying that what we've done tonight is losing focus. But what I'm saying is that can we not put more pressure on the people that were actually there 48, 24 hours?
Actually,
Like,
that was what
for
I came up
instance,
because when I was hearing Book
instance,
talking about the Barbara, and I stand to be corrected. I feel he has a different notion about the man. That's why I keep up to speak what I know.
who?
Okay, Duke
He has a different impression of who?
of Baba Mohbad, saying that he's trying to shield. Maybe I didn't hear him well, but I think he was saying that Baba is trying to shield that he does not. He's trying to shield maybe Adura or something. And I said, no,
no,
they go the way of.
only thing.
Yes, boss.
What I was trying to point out is we see the antecedents of things that happen in the house.
Okay.
And I also came up with a video trying to point out to something that we've not seen or most people have not seen. And what makes my own judgment is I'm trying to follow the police. Regardless of anything we have to do, it's still the police. And when I look at the evidences that the police has brought out, then I've done my own evidence, and I know they've got more training to supersede my evidence. But the statement that they brought out in the first place, they need to come and rewrite it. At the end of the day, we don't want them to look like fools.
Which of the statement? You mean the police statement?
Yeah, the police statement. You know, they said they saw profuse bleeding. And I've tried to help them by trying to locate where the profuse bleeding was coming from. They also said that after 9 days, they went to get 9 syringe from the bedside. There's so many things that have gone wrong in this case. And if we want to follow the true justice, we need to hold the police accountable, not the people in it. I know, no, listen. I know we keep pointing out the people in the house have to speak, but none of us has that arsenal in our to make anyone speak or come and tell the truth.
Okay.
It still has to go back to the police that gave us an initial statement. That initial statement, where did they get it from?
Okay, my brother, let me just, you made a point which I want to speak to, which is you said we don't have the arsenal to compel those people to speak. But I can tell you that because you have mass outcry, you see, the people in those houses, they have confidence. before they take a hold, there are some people that make videos for evidences to clear themselves in that house and have sent to some of their friends outside. Do you get my point? Now, the more they clamor, see, different people, different reasoning, different mindsets. There are some people presently that have information, but they are just waiting for highest bidder. Do you get my point? There are some people that are not.
You get me wrong. I'm not saying people don't have information. What I'm saying is the police has to come and rewrite their statement. They've confirmed that. Listen.
Have you lived in Nigeria? Have you lived in Nigeria recently?
I was still in Nigeria 2 months ago. Listen.
But you didn't base. You didn't, because you know why I said. Do you know why I asked that question? When you are saying you need the police to come and rewrite that statement, it makes me. That's why I asked that question. Do you understand? I left Nigeria just 10 months ago.
Okay, no, it's not about that. The reason why I said that is, let me break it down. The police have said quite a lot.
Sorry, the Duke. How do you expect the police to come and own up that they made a mistake?
That's why I said and
that the police, the Nigerian police, they want to withdraw their initial statement. No,
Madam,
it won't happen.
It has to come to that.
No,
it won't happen.
Disagree on this platform, but what I'm trying to tell you is the driver came out and inside that house till they gave him the money to fix his window. Where did the police get the picture of the broken window? There are some things that we have to start to look at and start to point out the people that actually gave out that information.
Yeah.
And if we don't look at these points, then we're just looking at the authorities that they're doing what they need to do. But they've told us that they got a picture of that hand that went into the glass. They told us that there was...
I didn't have that.
Yeah, they showed a picture in a preliminary investigation. You have to go and watch it again. They told us that it was bleeding profusely. Who gave them that information? Because police was not there when this boy was bleeding profusely. Who gave the police the information that he was bleeding profusely? And then, number 3, the police themselves did not act according to what they needed to do. So in the sense of the house, there was a murder scene. It wasn't protected. People were left there in that house, living there, doing whatever they had to do. And in as much that we want to blame these 15 people, police have in the arsenal to deal with these people. We just can't listen to them. Police have in their arsenal to deal with people that lie to them. Because what they've done to Nigerian police is they've made a fool of them. And I think it was a conspiracy right from the beginning, because they were trying to tie Prime Boy to that case, and they tried to tie Obema Kweje to that case, which will explain that this subject was stabbed and it bled. But what the police have not managed to do is to tell us where the bleeding was coming from. Even though they did autopsy, physical autopsy is the first stage of any autopsy. They take pictures. They identify things that are not meant to be there. And that's why I came with the video I came with tonight, to show you guys that, look, if me, a civilian, can spot this, How come the police did not spot it? And how come the Baba Mohbad did not spot it? So, in as much that we want to give credence to people for what they played in this part, it's still the police. And you can see the outcome of the inquest, which still notify the police having to do their job.